Something big is happening in British politics. In just a matter of days, Keir Starmer has managed to insult millions of ordinary people while his own government faces a storm of scandals, rebellions, and calls for him to go. The question tonight is simple. Can he survive it? Let's break the story down. But first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more. Let's start with this. After over 1 million people turned out for the Unite the Kingdom rally in London, ordinary families, veterans, workers, people from every walk of life, Karma decided to take to X. Here's what he wrote. People have a right to peaceful protest. It is core to our country's values, but we will not stand for assaults on police officers doing their job or for people feeling intimidated on our streets because of their background or the color of their skin. Britain is a nation proudly built on tolerance, diversity, and respect. Our flag represents our diverse country, and we will never surrender it to those that use it as a symbol of violence, fear, and division. Now, let's break that down. Starmer couldn't bring himself to acknowledge the reality of what happened in London, a peaceful, family-driven march where people stood together for free speech, truth, and national pride. Instead, he smeared the movement by painting it with the same tired brush. Violence, fear, division. It's the same line we've heard for years. If you wave your country's flag, if you stand for free speech, if you call yourself a patriot, you're somehow a threat. But here's the thing, that narrative doesn't work anymore. Even Sky News admitted that the most alarming aspect of the rally was how normal the people were. Parents, grandparents, people you'd meet in your local pub. And yet Starmer and his government still refuse to face that truth. They'd rather label millions of Brits than actually listen to them. But while Starmer is busy throwing cheap shots at ordinary people, his own government is collapsing around him. And that brings us to the second story tonight. Because the scandals piling up on Keir Starmer's desk make his tweet about tolerance and respect look like a distraction. On Saturday night, new revelations dropped about Lord Mandolson, Starmer's hand-picked ambassador to the United States. It turns out Mandolson was appointed before a formal vetting process even took place. Downing Street had to admit it. And that's on top of the explosive emails linking Mandolson far deeper to Jeffrey Epstein than the public was first told. The scandal has shredded what little trust was left. Meanwhile, Labour rebels are circling. Suspended MP Andrew Gwynn is under pressure to step aside so Andy Burnham can swoop in, win a by-election, and put himself in prime position to take Starmer's job. Others in cabinet are openly venting their fury. One minister told The Times, "It's pretty terminal. The only question left is who we are replacing him with." Another said, "There is no content. There is no agenda. There is no political leadership." Think about that. That's not the opposition talking. That's his own side. Starmer has lost the room. He's lost his advisors. And now it looks like he's losing the country. Because while Labour tears itself apart, Reform UK continues to surge. The latest polling shows Reform on 34%. Almost double Labour support at 19%. If an election were held today, the projections say Nigel Farage could command a majority of 445 MPs. That would wipe out the cabinet, wipe out Labour's heartlands, and put Farage in number 10. And it doesn't stop there. Elon Musk himself appeared by video link at the Unite the Kingdom rally, calling for nothing less than a dissolution of Parliament and a fresh election. Musk warned that Britain doesn't have another 4 years to endure this rudderless leadership. That message landed at the same time Donald Trump is preparing to arrive in Britain for a second state visit where a landmark tech deal is on the table. All while whispers grow that Mandolson, still a ruthless political operator, could move against Starmer the moment he returns from the US. So, let's put it plainly. In the space of 1 week, Keir Starmer has insulted over 1 million British patriots by smearing them with lies, watched his ambassador scandal explode in the press, seen cabinet ministers turn against him, and faced a Reform UK surge that threatens to annihilate Labour at the ballot box. This isn't just political turbulence. This looks like a prime minister who is finished. Even his own MPs are saying it out loud. He cannot lead them into the next election. So when Starmer tweets about tolerance, diversity, and respect, remember this. The people who stood tall in London that day were peaceful, proud, and united. The violence, the division, the fear, that's not on the Patriots. That's on a government collapsing under the weight of its own scandals. In other news, Reform UK has bagged another 4 by-election wins, 3 of which were clinched from Labour in a fresh blow to secure Starmer. Voters headed to the polls again this week with 6 by-elections held across the UK. Nigel Farage's party secured the most votes in 4 of these elections, bouncing back from a by-election held in Stopsley, Bedfordshire last week where it narrowly missed out on success. Party chairman David Bull said, "Another cracking election night for Reform UK. We welcome 4 more councillors, taking our total to 886. We are on the move, on the rise, and ready for the general election." Reform's head of policy, Zia Isef, said, "For more council by-election wins for Reform." The turquoise tidal wave rolls on. The triple defeat for Labour in this week's by-election serves as another blow for the Prime Minister's party, which is facing scrutiny after Lord Manderson's sacking over his ties to Jeffrey Epstein. Where did Reform win? Pell Walls. Claiming the seat from the Tories, Reform UK candidate Graham Eardley bagged 1,231 votes in the by-election in Pell Walls. The Tories were not far behind, however, taking home 1,176 votes. Labour, meanwhile, fell in 4th place, just behind the Greens, securing just 125 votes. During his campaign, Mr. Eardley pledged to tackle concerns from residents about the West Midlands village being used as a rat run by motorists if elected. Following his by-election victory, he said, "I will do my best to represent all of our village." The Pell by-election results. Reform UK 1,231 votes. Conservatives 1,176 votes. Green Party 127 votes. Labour Party 125 votes. Liberal Democrats 72 votes. The by-election held following the resignation of former Conservative Council leader Councillor Gary Perry. Stockfold Bedfordshire Reform also saw success in Stockfold Bedfordshire taking the seat from Labour. The winning party's candidate, Marion Mason, stormed ahead with 823 votes. The Tories trail behind in second place with 559 votes. Reacting to the win, Reform's North Bedfordshire group said, "This result is testimony to what can be achieved when a community comes together for a better future. Thank you to every single resident who put their trust in us and voted Reform. Thank you to our amazing and hard-working volunteers whose tireless effort made this possible. And a special thank you to Marion Mason who bravely stood and took on the challenge. Your dedication has delivered this incredible result." The full results: Reform UK 823 votes. Conservatives 559 votes. Labour 532 votes. Green Party 416 votes. Lib Dems 339 votes. Newmarket East West Suffolk. In another loss for Sir Keir Starmer's party, Reform claimed the seat from Lura in Newmarket East West Suffolk. Adrian Whittle was the winning candidate, scooping 29.7% of the votes. Labour fell behind in 4th place, taking home 15.3% of votes. The full results: Reform UK, 29.7%. Conservatives 25%, Lib Dem 17.2%, Labour 15.3%, Greens 12.8%. Ilted Wales. Another Labour seat was turned turquoise in the Ilted division in the Vale of Glamorgan, Wales. Reform UK candidate Brandon William Dodd bagged 729 votes compared to 414 for Labour. The by-election was held following the death of Labour councillor Howard Hamilton earlier this summer. The full results: Reform UK 729 votes. Plaid Shimmer 657 votes. Conservatives 445 votes. Labour 414 votes. Greens 85 votes. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comments section below. If you have not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you. Take care. Goodbye.